Bola Tito is my name. All commercial banks today open for operation as part of coordinated efforts to ease the circulation of banknotes of various denominations. According to a statement signed by the CBN Acting Director of Corporate Communications Department, Issa Abdul Mumin, a substantial amount of money in various denominations has been received by the commercial banks for ongoing calculation to their respective customers, as well as conduct physical operations in the banking halls through the weekends. It also confirmed the evacuation of banknotes from its vaults to commercial banks across the country to address the hardship faced by millions of Nigerians as a result of the scarcity of Naira. The Apex Bank had earlier begun the disbursement of the old Naira notes to the banks as part of efforts to end the currency scarcity in the country. There is no place in the world where electoral process is crisis-free, but what Nigeria witnessed is not too bad, and at the same time, the bimodal voter accreditation system added the glamour to the system. A social critic, Fatai Tijani, who stated this shortly after partaking of OSBC TV current affairs program, praised President Muhammadu Buhari for introducing the electoral technology. According to him, the gesture should be improved upon so that each voter can perform the civic duty on personal handset to address political imbroglio, coupled with stress on the exercise and reduce the cost on election. He speaks.
Well, ordinarily, if somebody goes on appeal, it's either he wins or he loses. He was dissatisfied with the judgment of the trial tribunal. That's why he went on appeal. And the Court of Appeal said he actually won the election and that his election was not officiated sufficiently to enable them declare that election was a nullity. You know, it's part of our jurisprudence in law that, particularly the electoral laws, you cannot have a cast iron electoral process. There will always be discrepancies here and there. But what the law says is that except those discrepancies are substantial, it will not nullify that election. Because the effect of those discrepancies, if they are discovered, is that the votes cast for the candidates, all those people there, will be nullified. And if the votes cast in a disputed area has been nullified, and the person that was declared still retains majority, he retains his position. And you know, Court of Appeal is to review the judgment of the trial court. They don't listen to witnesses. They will work on the printed record, and they will see the evidence for themselves and what the trial tribunal concluded.
Barrister Awoniyi Alabi speaking there. The Independent National Electoral Commission has expressed the belief that the prosecution of perpetrators of electoral violence and their sponsors will curb the prevalence of violence in the future elections in Nigeria. INEC stated this through the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, at the hearing organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Electoral Matters, noting that if the Electoral Offences Commission is established, electoral offenders and their sponsors will reconsider their actions. The electoral umpire also stressed the need for legislative backing for the establishment of the Electoral Offences Commission and Tribunal to look into such infractions. The INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, recently conversed for an act to establish the National Electoral Offences Commission that will work on the electoral process, adding that the electoral reforms will remain incomplete if electoral offenders continue to work freely in town. Professor Yakubu also acknowledged the additional powers given to the Commission in the new Electoral Act 2022, argued that only electoral offenders were tried while the masterminds had not been properly dealt with. The Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has directed immediate establishment of a support desk for Osun technology innovators and entrepreneurs to assess the recently launched 618 USD tech fund by the African Development Bank, ADB. According to a spokesperson, Malam Olalawale Rashid, in a response to the tech fund, which was in collaboration between the AFDB and the federal government of Nigeria, Governor Adeleke expressed readiness of his government to tap into the opportunities in furtherance of the digital economy of an agenda of his administration. Governor Adeleke was full of praises for the AFDB president, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, said his administration had created an enabling environment for the tech ecosystem, citing the recently unfolded state ICT policy, state tech innovation policy, domestication of Nigeria Startup Act, the flag up of state broadband fiber optic project, and the establishment of a digital advisory board, adding that his state is in a hurry to be a tech hub for the Southwest. The Ramadan period has been described as a workshop to train Muslim faithful the salient teachings of Prophet Muhammad by being benevolent to all mankind, irrespective of religious, social, or economic background. An Islamic cleric, Malam Abdul Ghani, stated this while featuring on Osbc TV Current Affairs program Saturday Morning Treat. According to Ustaz, Muslims should improve alms giving during and after the holy month, which he said is enough to reduce poverty and insecurity in the society. He speaks further.
It is emphatically recommended while fasting to feed others. For instance, it is rewarded, according to the prophetic tradition, that whoever feeds someone while breaking his or her fast will have the like of his or her reward for providing food for such a Muslim to break his or her fast. By virtue of that, we enjoy all Muslims based on your capability to feed other Muslims while they are breaking their fast to get more rewards from Allah, your Lord.
Nigeria's former Chief of General Staff to the former military head of state, the late General Sani Abacha, Lieutenant General Olade Bodia, is dead. According to report, the former Ogun State military governor died at a Lagos hospital at the age of 78. A statement by the family's media advisor Olawale Adekoya on behalf of the late general family said burial arrangement will be announced later. Abdurrauf Olani Ajiboye had joined his ancestors at the age of 78.